Hey everybody, welcome back to another show and tell video. Today we're going to look at a couple examples of a PA-108 type of ammo can. And as we can see from the text on both of these examples, these are used to hold 800 cartridges of 5.56 millimeter ammunition. And the next text follows up with the contents of a ratio of 4 ball M855 to 1 tracer of M856, and the fourth line below that would be using M27 linked ammunition links for the ammunition. And this is typically used for the US M249 SAW platform, also known as the FN Minimi originally. If we look at the lot codes real quick, these appear to be from LC Lake City with a 05 for 2005, followed by the J month code, as well as a lot code and serial number. So we can see the similarities and then the slight differences of the last digit of the serial number for the series. So if we just take a look at one of these and get this out of the way so we can focus on one of these. Again, this is a PA-108 ammunition can. You might be able to find these out there in surplus. It's similar to the M2A1 version of the 50 caliber can, except this has a larger volume because of larger dimensions. If we take a look at the lid, it does have the horizontal lip that extends below the edge of the can itself on both sides. If we look at the rear hinge area, it is a multi-piece hinge assembly where the hinge mechanism attaches to the lid top as well as the box. And you can see the hinge points there using a pin style hinge mechanism. Handle itself has 2 contact points, and then the handle, which helps with weight distribution when this is actually full, so you have less momentum, shifting. And from the front here, you can see we have a handle, which also helps with lifting in this direction, as well as, say, pulling it horizontally off of a shelf or storage area, a vehicle or building, whatever type of platform. If we look at the front here, we also have a weld seam. Bottom is welded on, and we do have an indentation at the bottom, which we will see on the inside. So if we go ahead and open this, you can see how this locks underneath the kind of attached front piece right here, which is also part of this handle that's attached to the front. And if we go ahead and open it, it's basically an empty box. You can see where that indentation on the bottom protrudes into the can itself. Helps with stacking against the handle. And this raised portion here, which you do not see on the lid, as well as the raised edge of the hinge top, helps with stacking as well vertically. If we look at the lid, it does have a rubber grommet to help with keeping moisture and humidity out of the can in those type of environments. And the hinge itself, if we look here, can be separated so the lid can come off of the can itself. Easier access to the contents, and it can go right back on. You can see the pins, they're actually in there. how these are actually assembled. Get it right. Okay. And if you leave it open, you can see that it does not go all the way open. So that actually helps with feeding out in this direction, as well as there's this option where, because of the friction of the lid, it holds itself open in that direction, and the handle can be propped up against this edge to help the feeding of a belt out of there. Closing it up, this goes up against that protrusion, and then you just flick it down. Clunk. So again, PA-108. Now if we were to compare this against, say, a 50 caliber can, which opens in the same manner, we can see some size differences right away. So we put these next to each other. This is an M2A1 style of can. You can see already the height difference, which contributes to the increased volume of the PA-108. If we turn them facing upwards towards us, you can also see the difference in height as well as width. Handles themselves for interchangeability, I think a streamlined design is, this piece at least looks to be the same size. This does not, because of the wider dimensions of the lid itself. But you see how this can be reused in the design. It helps simplify it a little bit. And if we look at the tops, we can also see the difference in size as well. In fact, this might indicate it even better if we take off this lid and overlay right here. Let's see a bit of a difference right there. And I didn't even think of this until now. It does fit inside. I may not be able to get it out there. So again, we were taking a look today, a little show and tell of a PA-108 style of ammunition can. In this case, 800 cartridges of 5.56 in a 4:1 ratio of M855 ball to M856 tracer, and it uses the M27 link. Again, for the US M249 saw platforms, also known as the FN Minimi originally. So this has been another show and tell video. Feel free to check out some of the other videos in the series. We also do unboxing videos as well as curios for the curious, more artsy style objects. And feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.